Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Bytes and Bikes. Today we're going to look at some Python. If you're new to programming and you want to learn Python, this is a great place to start. So we're going to use CodePen. You can see on my screen here. So we can just start coding right away and nothing to set up on your machine. So there's a bit of a trope in learning a programming language where you print out hello world to the console down here. So step one on your journey, we're going to print hello world, and Python makes that pretty easy for us. First thing, just print. And these little hints come up, but it's good. It's just good muscle memory if you go ahead and type it out instead of using those little snippets there. So print and then opening parenthesis, and it'll give us a closing one too and put the cursor in the middle. So that'll be nice. Then opening quotes, and it does the same thing. Gives us the closing quotes, puts the cursor in the middle, and we'll just type out hello world. And if we run that, you can use the button down here, or you can do F8 on your keyboard. We did it. Look at that. That's beautiful. Oh yeah. So that's it. You just wrote your first Python program. Congratulations. If you're kind of like, what the heck? That's such a weird random thing to do. There's a bit of history on that, and also in true programming fashion, I'm going to put a link in the description to a site called Stack Overflow. And in your journey, your programming journey, you will visit this site many times when you have questions. It's a good resource. A lot of people spend time giving really thoughtful answers, so definitely something to check out. I'll throw that link in the description. All right, you wrote your first program here, feeling good, but you might be wondering, that was kind of weird, like there's quotes. Why'd we do that instead of just something like that? So the reason is the way we represent textual data in Python, which would be things like hello world, or maybe it's another sentence, or kind of human readable things. Could be some digits in there too. We run that and it prints it all out. The way we represent that is with what's called a string. Now we can create that string a couple different ways when we have, if we just go back to just hello world there, could be double quotes, could be single quotes. That works too. Or we can do triple quotes. There we go. Now with the triple quotes, the interesting thing is we can do multiple lines. So, and if we include some white space, it should print the white space too. There you go. Now sometimes we might want to access this string differently, or maybe we want to use it a couple times. So we want to store it in what's called a variable. And it's kind of similar, if you've taken a math class, maybe algebra or something, you've probably heard of a variable before, and it's almost a placeholder for some value. And same idea here. If we take, I'll just cut this string we have here, and let's just call this a message. That's just a name I'm making up right now. It's not like a Python word where you need to use that word in order to do this. It could be Sally. It could be, I don't know, Tim. Could be something. It's just, you're giving the variable a name. So we're going to call this message. Nope. We're going to set it equal to that string. So when we write message in the code after this, it's going to represent that whole string. We'll do the same thing. We just want to print out message. If we run that, we get the same result. So looking good. Now what if maybe we've got some numbers or something that we're trying to use instead of a string? So maybe some integers, which would be whole numbers like that. We can do the same thing. We'll store it as the message. We're going to print out the message. And let's run that. There we go. Same idea. We're able to print out this value that we stored in our variable message down here in the console. So hopefully it's all making sense so far. We're going to kind of expand on these ideas: string, integer, print. We'll keep going on that in the next video.